Page 40, Red River Valley. Very well-known tune, been around here in the United States a long time. They're dealing with block and broken chords. We already talked about block and broken chords. Block is when you play all the notes of chord at the same time. Any chord, doesn't matter what it is. If they go down at the same time, it's a block chord or blocked chord. A broken chord is anything else, any other pattern. Okay, and there's all kinds of patterns. If you're into improvising, you'll get used to playing all kinds of patterns. So let's see what the valley is doing. I look it over, it's about 2 pages long. Treble bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. It looks like we're in the key of G major. If we look at the last couple measures, you're here. Take all those notes, that's a G chord. Yeah, we're in G major. Remember, most pieces, not all, but most, will end on their 1 chord. The G major would end on a G chord, because that's the 1 chord in G major. Okay. 4/4 time signature, it has 2 pickup beats, so we're coming in on beat 3. That means the first 2 beats should be somewhere else, and they are. If you look at the bottom of page 41, the last measure has 2 counts in it. We're coming in on beat 3. Right hand, you're sort of here. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, tie 2. Now second, now scrunch up. We changed hand positions. We just crawled up. So now we're here for a while. Now at the bottom, or line 3, last 2 measures. During the rest, you come back down here. That's all right. Just lift up and move. You reach up. Second. We have to do that because we have a B. Now that's pretty much it. So much for the right hand. You're going to find the next page is very similar for the right hand. The left hand, you've got block chords at first. 5/7 chord, 1 chord, you get these. Third line down, it's a 1 chord and then a 4 chord. It's just easier when you can recognize the chords. So it makes reading the music so much easier. You're thinking 1 thing, not 3 things. And then the last line on page 40, it's a 1 chord, we're not using the D. That's the right hand has it. The right hand's playing it. That's okay. And then a 5/7. And then the 1 chord is broken. And then page 41 is the same chord, except now they're all broken. 5. That's all. Put the hands together, and we got this here. 5/7. And it's tied. Both hands are tied. They go on. Scrunch up. The left hand's tied there. Get the idea? Down at the bottom of the page, page 40. You're here to start. So the right hand's playing the top note. That's broken. Now broken. Broken is all the differences. So put the hands together, and then I'll go back over it carefully and get rid of any hesitations. No hesitations. Start to finish with a steady beat. Then I add the articulation, and this is very connected. You can't connect the chords. Pretend you can. In the right hand, you have phrasing. Into the first line, lift up. Lift up. To lift up at the third line, there's a rest. So we're lifting up for the phrasing. In the left hand, I'm going to connect it, except they give you rests. In the left hand, you have to lift up. Otherwise, if I had notes going through in the left hand all the way through on the broken chords, I'd connect them all the way through. And only lift up for the right hand. But here, you have to lift up because they have rests. Then the dynamics. MF at the beginning. I don't see any other dynamic. Isn't that interesting? Well, that's boring. I don't want to do the whole thing at one loud. You can get louder and softer. You're in that area, sort of loud. This, soft. Come down a little bit at the end of the phrase, and then go back. Okay. I get louder then. Get softer. I felt it come down. soft. So I'm kind of feeling these phrases. I'm getting louder and softer as I'm doing it. You have to feel it. So you got to get past the mechanics where you're not thinking about notes and rhythms and all that, and you're just feeling the music. Remember the natural accents? I haven't spoken about them in a while, but you always feel them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, here. Go to here. Go to here. The left hand's playing on them. It helps a little bit. Then the speed. Again, this is another song where they'll sit around the campfire and somebody is playing a guitar and singing this. Yeah, it's in the middle. Now where I've been going. Now they've added pedal. Well, that's interesting. So why are we having pedal and what's it doing and what it's for? What is it for, I should say. Here it looks like, similar to what we did before, is we're holding it down for the longer held notes. The problem is they're not being consistent. And I have problems with that. I prefer consistency. You look at the bottom of the page, on page 40, they're holding it down for the whole note. You don't need it for these. But the whole note, it gives it color. It gives it the overtones. It kind of messes it up because this, you really want all that. And then they're holding it down across to the next page. That's got to be an error. That is really good. No, I disagree with that. But they're doing it on all of them. You lose the phrase. You also lose the rest in the left hand. So in my opinion, I would not pedal it that way. I don't like that at all. For instance, start with the last line on page 40 and just play for a while and you get this. They're doing, it messes up the phrasing. It just, I would prefer to lift the pedal with the right hand for the phrasing. So I want to hear it. So again, at the bottom of page 40. Left. So those are by themselves. That's how I would prefer it because it was clean at the beginning. So I want all the rest of the phrases to be clean also. So I would lift the pedal up with the right hand on each of these phrases. So we get a little silence, and I wouldn't pedal when the left hand has rests here. Just don't pedal those. You don't really need pedal at all. You really don't. But they put it in there so you can do. Now be careful on some of these measures on page 41 when you're pedaling. Like at the first line, the last two measures where you're pedaling. I'm not pedaling the first beat. I don't want to catch both of those notes. So I'm not pedaling until the second beat here because to keep the melody clean. There. Same thing on the third line down. On the third measure, I'm not pedaling until the second beat. I don't want them both. No. So be careful on some of these that you're not always pushing it down immediately after the first beat. Sometimes you got to wait till the second beat. It depends on the music and what you need. We like to try and keep a clean melody if we can. Well, I do. Some of them don't seem to care, but I do, yeah. At the end of the last measures, the pedal and everything come up together. Okay. retardando toward the end. Slow it down. Whatever, feel it, I don't know. There is a gotcha in the piece. I missed it before. Let's talk about it. Sometimes the arrangements will get you if you're not careful. We want to connect this melody except for the phrasing. I mean, you can't connect the repeated notes, but you do the best you can. However, at the end, at the bottom of page 41, the end of the third line, the last two notes, going into the last line here, we want to connect that. We can't, because at the last line you're playing a D. Well, the left hand needs that note here. See, you got to get off of it. The left hand can't have it. So you can't connect those two. So, okay. So that's a gotcha. That's part of the arrangement. That's unfortunate, but that's what they've done. So you do the best you can. Make it as short as possible so it's not quite so noticeable. There are ways of dealing with it, but I don't want to get into it right now. This piece is challenging enough as it is. Let's play this together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. We're not performing it, we're just checking notes and rhythms. I'm going to pedal it as I suggested, not as it's written. I don't like the way it's written, I don't agree. So I'll give us 2 counts, because we come in on beat 3. I'm just going to ready, go. And then we go. Ready, go. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 3, 4, 1, rest. 2, 2. Hold, 2,